talking about lying. That's right. We're going to be giving some interviews and talking to our studio audience about their lying ways. But first, let's give it up for the Gumbo House Band. Forgive me.
It's good to be here.
Tell us why people lie.
I'm afraid there are many reasons, but I believe it all stems from one place, and that's a place of fear.
Fear? Fear of what?
The fear of being found out. For instance, if a man is married and is involved in an extramarital affair, he's probably going to lie to the wife for fear of her asking for a divorce.
His wife gonna knock his head off. That's right there.
Which one?
Both of them. I said it.
Girl, you said it.
Well, we went out to the streets to ask some people some questions about lying and who they believe lie the most. Let's see what they had to say. Our first question is, do you lie?
Sometimes.
I'm not going to tell that. Yeah,
I say sometimes.
I try to tell it all the time, and I try to be real true.
To who? To myself?
That's a good question. Do you tell the truth to yourself?
All the time.
All the time. What about to other people?
90% of the time.
Sometimes.
You lie.
Well, I have to. When it becomes necessary.
Okay, let's watch this.
No, through my 24 years in the military, I find that whatever the consequence may be, I should tell the truth. You know, I always told the truth. I never lied about it.
Now y'all know everybody lies every once in a while. I don't know what he was thinking when he said that. Dr. Keith, is it possible for someone not to lie at all?
I'm quite sure there are people who don't lie, just as there are people who don't steal. Each of us have our own moral compass that won't let us do certain things that we've been taught or believe is morally wrong.
You know, Dr. Keith, I still have a problem with people who say they never lie. Because I'm sorry, I can't go a day without slipping a lie or two. Sometimes I find myself in a situation that needs a little lie to keep things from going ballistic. I know I'm telling the truth. That's right. Well, let's ask some of our audience members if they lie. Let's see. We have Troy. Troy, where you at, baby?
Present. Here I am, Miss Gumbo. Present.
Okay. Well, what you got to say about lying?
I have a problem, Miss Gumbo.
Yeah, baby. We can see that. But, baby, we really aren't doing the show on love relationships today.
Oh, please, Miss Gumbo. I need your help, Miss Gumbo.
Okay, baby. Since you're so persistent. What's your question, sugar?
Miss Gumbo, I have a problem. I have this young lady who God told me that she is my wife, Miss Gumbo, and I can't connect with her.
Well, have you tried talking to her?
Oh, no, Miss Gumbo. She is too high for me, Miss Gumbo. I have to do penitence before the Godhead before they will allow her to acknowledge my aura, Miss Gumbo. You see, because we are cosmically connected and we have to be united when the planets are aligned, Miss Gumbo.
Man, that's big crazy.
Who what?
You have to get this message to my beloved before the evil forces engulf my consciousness and I become a minotaur and the evil darkness come upon me.
Hold on 1 minute. Sister Gumbo has got one thing to say to you.
Consciousness and I become a minotaur.
Security!
Oh my God, you didn't know you didn't.
We'll be right back. We're having technical difficulties. No, I'm lying. We gotta get this milk out of our studio.
Dan, who drank all the milk? I didn't drink it by myself. Did you drink all the milk? Do you even hear me talking to you? Do you ever listen to me? I think I'm being ignored. Are you ignoring me? I don't appreciate being ignored. Are you ignoring me? Dan, talk to me. You have the audacity to ignore me? Because I don't like to be ignored, okay? Are you even listening to me? You never listen to me. You just sit there and stare off into space like a bump on a log and just suck up all the clean air. It's disgusting. I just want some milk. Is that so much to ask for? Milk with my cereal? But no, you can't even do that.
What you teach your own children is what you really believe in. Brought to you by Sabbath Fire.
You are watching the Tequila Gumbo Show. Today, we are talking about lying, not space travel or time continuum. But just in case there are some more space cadets out there in the audience today, I would like you all to meet the new addition to the show. Let us give it up for Mr. Sid! Because that joy scared the hell out of a sister girl. See, when I scream, you come running, baby. Running with your gun. You heard me? When I scream out loud, then you shoot him. You got that?
You got it, Miss Gumbo.
Well, all right. Now I feel better. We are also here with our life coach, Dr. Keith Campbell. Now, Dr. Keith, do you think that there are times when lying or not telling the truth is best?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you serious? What? Honey, you done surprised Sister Gumbo. When would you think it best or appropriate not to tell the truth?
If it is life-threatening or to protect your family or loved ones, I believe that sometimes, because you know the truth, you should know how to distribute it or to distribute it wisely.
Well, hold that thought, Dr. Keith. Let us watch this interview. The question is, do you tell the truth at any cost?
Yes. Yes, I do. Even if it's hard. You know, my daughter is in the youth praise band and she's singing. And I love the heart that she's doing that, but she can't sing a lick. And it's really, I've not had to have the opportunity to say, Sam, you can't sing a lick. But I have said to her, you know, maybe there's different ways you can go about things.
Oh, that's so sweet. Now you see, Dr. Keith, I would have told that child, you sing like a drunken frog.
Why would you have done that?
Well, I figure that it would be better coming from me, her mother, in private setting than some old, no-good, mean church lady in public setting.
Yes, I have to agree, especially with a child, it is important to find an expedient way to convey the truth so that they will always know they can trust their parents.
Hi, Tequila. I have a question about telling the truth or not telling the truth. This is the situation. I have a friend who was molested as a child by relatives. Her mother died while she was a baby, so she was raised by her aunt and uncle. She told me that she was repeatedly molested by grown uncles and cousins while growing up.
Oh, that don't make no sense.
We came to be friends when she became a member at my church I attend. Well, Tequila, to make a long story short, we became roommates, and one day I was sick and came home from work. She didn't know I was home. I don't know if I should say this, but...
Go ahead, baby. The truth will set you free.
Well, Tequila, I heard a noise coming from the bedroom, and it didn't take long for me to realize that she was having sex with someone.
So what was going on?
Well, Tequila, at first I was very surprised because we are taught not to have casual sex of any kind before marriage. That was the first shock, but the next one surprised me tremendously.
Girl, what happened?
I stayed in my room because I didn't want to embarrass her with the knowledge that I knew she was having sex.
Okay, so what's the problem?
As I was sitting in my room, I heard a familiar voice talking as they were passing my door to leave, and I could not believe who it was.
Girl, who was it?
It was my pastor.
Pastor.
Hold up. I got 2 questions. Did you see with your own eyes, or did you just hear voices?
Well, Tequila, at first I didn't want to believe it, so to make sure, I went to the bedroom window, which faces the parking lot, and there they were, getting in the car.
Question number 2. Girl, is he married?
Yes, and this is the most hurting part of this whole situation. His wife is the most loving and sweetest person you ever want to meet. And his children, Tequila, I don't want to break up his home, but it's killing me to hold this secret. What should I do?
Well, baby, that is a predicament. Have you told your roommate that you know?
No, I haven't.
Why?
Because she knew this man was married and a pastor. She is very attractive and is always getting hit on by men and women. So no, I don't care about her because she knew what she was getting herself into.
Well, what about your pastor?
Well, it was needless to say that I have not gone back to that church since the incident at the apartment. He's a lying, no-good dog, and I don't want to hear anything he has to say except for a sinner's repentance prayer.
Well, this is a tough one, Dr. Keith.
Karen, you're in an awkward situation. If you keep quiet, then you are not really protecting yourself. It may be a good idea to talk to your friend first to let her know how much she has let you down and hurt you with her outlandish behavior. It may have only been a one-time event and maybe she is hurting, or it could be an affair that she's having and she's not concerned about anyone else. You can only find that out by communicating. Then you have to make the decision whether or not to remain friends.
Well, what should she do about no good, lying, cheating pastors?
That is another situation that needs to be handled by Karen immediately, because as a pastor, he has set himself in a spiritual leadership position, so he is responsible for his lifestyle that he preaches and teaches. She should talk to him about what she heard and saw in her apartment, and to see what he has to say about his bad behavior.
Well, what about his wife? What should I tell her?
No, that is not your place. It is her husband's responsibility to tell her.
Girl, I know that's right. Because one time Sister Gumbo called herself being a girlfriend. And I told a good girlfriend of mine that her husband was messing around on her. Baby, Sister Girl wanted to fight Sister Gumbo for bringing
me sleep. I'm afraid the clowns will eat me.
Welcome back for those of you who are joining us. Today on the Tequila Gumbo Show, we are talking about lying or not telling the truth. Let's welcome our life coach, Dr. Keith. Now, Dr. Keith, in our last segment, we talked to Karen, who shared with us that she caught her pastor cheating with her roommate. I showed her Karen is from a town where the people don't get the Tequila Gumbo Show. I know that's right. But Dr. Keith, do you think this is the reason people these days are so jaded when it comes to spiritual leaders and politicians?
I'm quite sure infidelity is one of the reasons, but I think people expect more of men and women who hold positions because we expect for them to be more enlightened.
Well, we're going to find out in a minute from our on-the-street interviews with just regular folks. The question that we're asking is, do you think that preachers and politicians lie?
Yes. All the time. They're professionals. All the time. Anything to get a vote. Anything to get a vote. They tell you they're going to do this for you and they don't do a thing for you.
So what do you think about preachers?
They lie too. Some of them tell the blues singer. Some of them tell the truth and some of them tell the lies. Well, even the blues singer, B.B. King said. I know even the preacher lies a little sometimes. That he really is obviously more professional with you.
Right.
But I know a pastor he lied to you 24/26.
Think our politicians lie?
All the time. And how much of the percentage? 90% of the time.
Why do you think they lie?
Because they make a living with their mouth and making promises that they can't keep. And sometimes they are sincere about those promises. However, they just don't come.
Politicians lie.
All the time.
All the time. Now, what about preachers? Do you believe they lie?
Preachers?
Preachers.
Oh yes, yes.
Do you believe politicians lie?
All the time.
Do you believe preachers lie?
Most of the time.
Baby, if this is the way people feel about preachers and politicians, we in trouble.
Tequila, what I think people fail to understand is that these politicians and preachers are just human beings and nothing else. I'm quite sure there are some men and women who hold these positions who try not to lie or placate the people. Just like there are others, on the other hand, who you have and they have no problem with lying or cheating to get what they want.
And what do they want?
They want power or control of others.
Why do you say that?
There is no way that you can say yes to everyone and deliver. But I think the public has grown used to politicians and political parties using trickery, so we just choose what we believe to be the lesser of two evils. And unfortunately, we find ourselves jumping out of the frying pan into the fire.
Well, somebody call the fire department. We'll be right back.
I looked for them everywhere. Where are they? Did you hide them from me? You're really getting on my nerves. Where are my shoes? Answer me. Where are my shoes? I looked under the bed. I looked in the closet. I even looked in my car, but I can't find my shoes. All I ask is that you just put my shoes where I can find them, or just leave them alone. Leave them where I put them. I put them in my room, and that's where I should find them, so I can put them on my feet, so I can go to work. Can you do that for me? Thank you.
He that hath no control over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. Brought to you by Sabbath Fire Ministry.
Welcome back to the Tequila Gumbo Show. We are still talking about something that everyone does from time to time, and that's lie. If you say you don't do it, then I hate to say it, you a big lip lie. I said it. Now we have another audience member with a confession.
just want to say I really love your show.
Thank you, baby.
Well, Tequila, I have to tell you this. I had an affair.
Oh, really? Go on.
Well, I didn't mean for it to happen. There was this woman I work with in my office, and you see, she is very attractive, but I never moved on those thoughts because I'm a married man, and I love my wife.
Well, what happened to change that?
Well, one day, we were asked to go on a planning seminar with my boss. As fate would have it, Tequila, my boss wasn't able to make it. He had some other pressing business he had to attend to. So that just left the two of us. So after a whole morning of just seminars, we were given the whole rest of the day off. So we decided to go to lunch. Oh, Tequila, we was laughing. We had so much fun together. But Tequila, oh Lord, she touched me and I couldn't control myself.
Oh my God. Well, it seems like you lost more than your mind, baby.
The next morning we checked into a hotel and we spent the rest of the afternoon having sex and talking all night long. Well, Tequila, I felt real guilty. I felt real bad. And I couldn't even look at the woman when I went back to work. So after a week of feeling bad, I decided to tell my wife what happened. What'd I do that for?
Oh, Lord, what happened then?
Tequila, she freaked. She said she would never trust me again. She didn't leave me, but our relationship, I just know it would never be the same. Something seemed to have died. I need to know right now, Tequila, did I do the right thing?
Dr. Keith, what you got to say about this?
Well, Tequila, secrets are willful lies that are concealed. Keeping a secret often prevents people from dealing with a problem.
Well, that can't be good for your spirit, can it?
No, it leads to increased stress, anxiety, and often makes the offender think about the situation more frequently.
Well, how do you know when to keep a secret to yourself, especially about cheating?
You have to ask yourself 4 questions.
What are they?
Number 1, will the truth eventually come out? Number 2, is this a reoccurring problem? Number 3, are you overwhelmed by guilt? Number 4, what is your motivation for telling the truth?
Lord have mercy. I never would have thought that lying could cause so much trouble. So do you think that Tony did the right thing?
Well, I can't really say from the little we were told, but this I can say. Sometimes telling the truth can do more damage than keeping a lie secret. Let's say it was a momentary lapse of judgment and not a habit of infidelity. Then sometimes it's best to be quiet.
Oh, come on now, Dr. Keith.
So you're saying I should have kept it to myself?
As it stands, both telling the truth and deceptions are needed to make a relationship work. Intimacy requires honesty, but complete honesty tears couples apart. Finding the right balance can be difficult for many couples to do.
Well, I guess you're right, Dr. Keith. I guess in relationships, you're screwed if you do, and you're screwed if you don't. Well, that's all the time I have for y'all today. Bye-bye. Everybody out there in TV land, my name is Susie. Did you guys enjoy the show? I hope you did. If you would like a copy of the show, then you can email us and we'll send you a copy. Well, as soon as I tell my cute little joke, I'll give you the email. Well, here goes. A Sunday school teacher is concerned that her little preschool student, little Johnny, might be a little confused about Jesus. He asks his class, "Where is Jesus today?" Stephen raised his hand and says, "He's in heaven." Mary answered and said, "He's in my heart." Little Johnny waved his hand furiously and blurts out, I know, he's in the bathroom." The teacher blinks for a few minutes and was like, "Hold it a minute. Little Johnny, why did you say that Jesus is in the bathroom?" Little Johnny answered and said, "Well, every morning my father gets up and bangs on the bathroom door and yells, 'Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, are you still in there?'" Well, I hope you enjoyed my little joke. Well, here's the email. It's gospelmation@yahoo.com. That's gospelmation@yahoo.com.